Okay. All right, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So the billing module is responsible for processing all the receipt of money in the system. And with the billing module, you can set up various school fees, currencies, bank, and every payment, everything that relates to payments in the system. So that is what the billing module does. So in this system, we have already set up all those things. So we are going to capture. But first of all, before we capture anything, let us do an online billing inquiry for the student we want to capture payment for. So if you can see my screen, you see that this student has an outstanding bill for current session with this amount. So if you look at the payment history, which is here, so you see this is level of information. This information can be printed and give to the parents or whoever requests for it. So you can print it and you give it to the person that is asking. But however, the person can get the information when he gets or she gets to the e-portal. So you see, this is the payment history. So anytime there is an argument or whatever, you can come here, look at the dates the payment was made and the source of the payments. These ones were made online. So now for this particular student, you see that the first installment was 5,000. The second installment was 6,000, totaling 11,000. So we are going to capture the payment for this particular student, and we are going to come back here and look at if the information actually updated or not. So before I go to capture bill payment, this system has the facility to write off bills. In case the school decides to write up some fees or some money from the person that is defaulting, from the person that is owing, the system has that facility to write it off. And any bill that is written off, you discover that you have the record will be here, bill write-off for current section. So those are some of the facilities that the system has. And a whole lot of them, but I'm just picking a few for the purpose of this presentation. So I'm going to capture bill payment for that particular student. With a bill reference number, this. So how much should we pay? Let's say we'll pay 10,000 for her or for him. And we are making a cash payment. We are making a cash payment for the person. So once I click on credit with receipts, I have made the payment. This is the hard copy of the receipts. And any moment from now, if you check your phone, you will be getting the notification. So you can print these receipts and give to the person that made the payments. So once you get the notification, you can alert me. You can tell us so that we will know that you actually got the notification.
I think one thing is that you can always set up the parameter to use the parent, and the system will automatically send it to the address of the email that is configured for that particular pupil. Because the system has various areas where you can set up emails. Email, the father's email, the sponsor's email, the mother's email. One of them will be used to communicate it. So once the person makes payment, the system will automatically generate email and send it to that email address that was given. In your own case now, we are testing with you. That's why we use your email to set it up for as a parent. You understand me? So whichever email that we configure in the system, the email notification will go to that person. All right.
Thank you very much, sir. Have you gotten any email or SMS?
None of the two.
Once they come, you let me know. Maybe it's network. But viewing the payment that was made, you see that this is cash payments, and this is the amount that is made for these students right about a few minutes back. And this is the total amount that have been made for the current section.
You should be able to see the email, at least.
Okay, sorry, just 1 minute, please.
Okay. This is the correct email address, I presume, on the screen.
Yes, it has come.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Email. The fee payment for student leader has been received. Details of the transaction again below. Amount paid 10,000. Period. The outstanding balance. Powered by Crown System Solutions. Time 2:40. What's the time?
So that's a confirmation.
Yeah,
The
we got
time,
the email.
sorry, the time there, is the
Yes.
European time, where the server is.
It's actually our time. It's our time.
Yeah, is where the server is resides agrees with your time. It's somewhere in Europe. So that's why it's, yeah.
So
6229. Okay, that's correct. We've gotten it.
okay.
40
Yes.
p.m.
The SMS, you should get the SMS as well.
We're waiting.
The SMS, if you don't get it, maybe your country is not, may be having challenges with the, what's it called? With the service provider, because some countries, their SMS will not go. So, but at least the email will go for everybody. But that one, we can sort it out later on. We can get a good service provider that that will allow you to receive SMS in that country. So what I'm just saying is that in case you don't get it, it's not a problem. It works. Yeah. But we can test it from another device, from like sending a bulk SMS to people. Your student is resuming tomorrow and all those stuff. If there is time, you can put it through. So let's continue, please.
All right. So the next module there is the crown movement tracking. This model handles the attendance or the movements of both the employees and the students in the school. So the attendance capture is not only limited to manual capturing directly to the system. You can capture it on Excel sheets and you can upload, and you can as well use the biometric device that is compatible with the system to capture attendance of both the employees and the students in the school. So we're going to make an inquiry on one of the students. We're going to inquire about how they have done for the term in terms of attendance. And we have that as attendance inquiry. So we inquire for a particular student, which we are going to search using the admission number or the name. So we have someone like, let me search using the admission number, someone like these students. So now for the term, the student doesn't have any unauthorized absence, meaning that he or she has been in school all through that the school opened for the term. Now, this authorized absent from school, what it means is that there are days that the student will not be in school. So the student informs the school on time. So the school captures that information. So any number of days that the school were informed that this person will not come to school, the system captures that information. Reason being that once the attendance record is uploaded, the system triggers SMS and email, or SMS or email, according to the parameters that the school set up or asks us to set up for them in the system. It triggers that information to the parents at home that your child came to school today, or that your child did not come to school today. So the unauthorized absent, when captured, if the attendance record is updated in the system, the parents will not receive the SMS. But if it is not updated in the system and the student decides to exempt his or herself from school, then the parents at home will know that this person did not come to school so day. Now, this is the number of times the school has opened for the time. And this is the number of time the student attended the school. So that is the information that is the system provides. It's not limited to only this information. You can view even the class register if you so wish to. But I'm not going to do that now because we did not prepare that information for this particular environment. There's another environment we were using for demo before. That information is there. We would have viewed the class register, even the attendance register for the employees, and you would have seen it just the same thing like the attendance register you have in schools. That's how it is designed. Now, there is another facility that this movement tracking provides. Like in instances whereby you need to send urgent SMS or email to the parents at home, the movement tracking provides a facility whereby you can do that. The two facilities are here: request for email messaging or request for SMS messaging. Is according to the one you want to use. Now, I will have to be clear here. The email is free of charge because email is not charged. It's only your data that will be required from you. But the SMS, of course, is charged because you don't send SMS free of charge. So if you are going to be using the SMS services, then you need to be subscribing for the SMS for the system to be able to be sending out the messages. So let us quickly demonstrate one. Let us quickly, since your maybe your country is not listed in the country that the service provider can send SMS to. So let's still use the email. Maybe we'll use the email address of one of your colleagues that are there. So please let them type it on this thing, or you can help them to type it. But you have a question? Or we can still use yours.
Just a minute, Vincent, please.
Okay. So while we are getting the email,
use the same old one, please.
Okay, I will use it. Okay, before I use that, now this SMS or email facility, you have options which we call the recipient type, whereby you can decide to send that email to a specific student or SMS to a specific student. Once you click this specific student and you send an email or SMS, what the system does, the system goes to the information captured for that student and picks the email address captured for the sponsor of that student, and the system triggers that email or SMS, as the case may be, to that person. Now, if you want to email to a specific class, the system picks the sponsor email addresses or phone numbers captured for the students in that particular class. Now, let me demonstrate something here. Now, I've chosen email to a specific class. Now, if you come to here and click on search, the system will bring the list of classes that are here. So if in case maybe you want to select this class to send that email to, once you select it, you write the subject and you type your message. Once you click on send, all the email address captured for the sponsors of the people in that class gets that message. You can send attachment because it's actually mail. With mail, you send attachment, but with SMS, you don't send attachments, unless, of course, you want to do MMS. So now, for a particular student, let's select for a particular student, and let us go to the target person we need for this. So you see now, instead of bringing classes, names of classes, he brought out names of students. And you can just, if you know the name of the student, you can just search using the admission number or the name. The system takes you straight to that particular student, or you can navigate using this next, previous, last, first, these navigation buttons here. So that is that for that. Now we want to send to, if you want to send to entire students, then once you click on it, you don't need to select the person you want to. So once you do the message, everybody in the school gets that information. But for the purpose of this presentation, we want to send to a specific email address. Now, one thing about this specific email address is that it's not necessary that this email address will be captured in the system. It's not necessary. You can use any email address you want to send that information to, and you send out that message. So for a specific address, we are going to be using that email address that you posted, which is this one. So you will get this email shortly. So while we wait for the email, we go to the e-learning. So the e-learning, now let me make something clear here. The dashboard of the system, the student don't have access to this place. The parents, they don't have access to this place. The only people that have access to this place are the teachers. And let me use the opportunity to talk about the Crown administration. The Crown administration is the control panel of the system. Now, in as much as you are creating users, people that will have access to this main dashboard of the system, you can assign roles to them. You can say, you, Mr. A, your business in the system is only enrollment. So once that person logs into the system, it's only enrollment duties that will be assigned to him. Even inside that enrollment duties, you can even assign duties to him in that place. The ones he can do, you can restrict him. You can set the parameter for a user, say a time limit for that particular user. This is the time you go into the system, and beyond this time, you cannot have access to the system. This is the dates, from this date to this date, you have access to the system. From this date, beyond that date, you can't have. So those are some of the security facilities that the system comes with. And one more thing is that, let's use, for example, let's go to enrollments. Let's see class and listing updates. Now, whoever that logs into the system and does anything in the system records that in against the person's username, records the time, record the dates the person did that in the system. For example, let's click on view on this one. Here you see that you will see something like created by. So this is the username that made this entry. The admin created this on the system. Now look at the dates. This is the date the person created it. And this one is the time he made that entry. Now someone else who is a user in the system that has these rules went and updated this information and altered something. The system recorded the updates against the person's username, last updated by this person. the time the person made that update, and the date the person made that update. So those are some of the security functionalities that the system comes with. Now, having said that, let me quickly run down the next module we have there, which is the Crown e-learning. This Crown e-learning is where you prepare the Crown CBT, where you prepare your lesson notes and all that. I will not go into details now on this Crown e-learning, but when I'm demonstrating the Crown CBT aspect of it, whereby the student can log in, then you see the outcome of what was created in this Crown e-learning. But before I go over to the next module, because of time, this Crown e-learning and the Crown CBT, the Crown e-portal can be charged. You can parameterize it to be charged, in the sense that you can place a certain amount on it, and the school can make extra money from that. That's if you pay this certain amount, then you have access to the Crown CBT. If you pay this amount, you have access to the Crown e-portal. Is the school's choice. They decide whether they want to leave it free for the outsiders or they want to charge it. So the system has that facility to do all those, but those ones comes in training. But it's just for us to have that information. Now we have the Crown assessments, whereby you set up the grading system in the school. You capture the marks or the exam marks, you capture the text, the assessment and all that, then the outcome is the report card of the student that they go home with. Not only do they go home with the report card, you can send this report card via mail to the parents at home. We had some schools that uses this system that they did not meet up to give the students their report card on the day of their vacation. So what they did is that they dismissed the students. When they were ready, they used this facility. They sent the report card to the parents at home, and they received it via their email and printed, as the case may be. So when we go to the Crown e-portal, I will say something concerning this. So here you can download reports for a particular student, download by class, download for the whole school. You can send it by class, you can send by students, or you can send to everyone. So those are the facilities. So let's see one of the reports of the students. Let us see who are we going to use. Let's just select the students. I think we have captured for a particular term for him. So here you discover that you can select the particular term you want to download for the students. So here we are using the first term, and you can select the year based on when the school started using the system and when that information started entering the system. So let's see the year 2021, and let's download the report for this person. So that is downloaded, and that is it on the screen. So you can see it on the screen. Metropolitan University, Manchester, the email address, this first term result, this is the logo of the school, the name of the student, the class, the number in class, the gender, the session, then the attendance details. If the school wants the attendance detail to appear here, then it will appear, provided they are capturing the attendance. Now, these are how the person did, the position, the grade, the remark. So these are some of the customization that we do. So how you want your own report card to look like is what will happen here. So those are some of the customization. You can see the class tutor here, the class tutor's comment, the housemaster's comment, the principal's name, principal's comments, and the resumption dates all are captured on the report card based on the requirements of the school. So that is that for crown assessments. Yeah, and we have what we call the upload. In as much as the system is online, it's not every time that someone will be online, especially those of us here in Nigeria that we pay for our data. It's not subsidized, so we tend to manage sometimes. So it's not every time that someone will be online. So what the system does is that the system provides a facility and option whereby the person can go into the system and download the templates of the modules and the options he wants to or she wants to work on. So let me download a particular template. So once that is done, the person can, at his or her leisure time, do work on those templates. It's not as if you will now go and be cracking your brain to do the templates. No, the system provides a template for everything that is being done in the system. So you just download, you do it when you are ready, then you come here, you upload it seamlessly. The system knows where and where the data should go. The system will just update and populate the data in the required field. For example, let's see, let's say for student registration, let's download. Yeah, if you can see my screen, this is what I just downloaded, the template for, this is for capturing student biodata, the information for the student. This is for capturing it. So at my leisure time, I can wake up anytime and capture whatever I want to capture here. So once I have data, I can do the upload. All right, so before I log off from the main dashboard and go to the external use, do you have any questions so far? So we'll quickly take the questions. Go ahead.
Go.
I don't know if I missed something there. How does the system capture the attendance? Is it capturing we have different modules in a class. So does it capture that a student attended this class and not this one, or it just captures that the student was absent from school for that day?
All right, if I understand you, you are asking of how the system captures the attendance of students.
Of the students, yes.
If it is captured per class or per students.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Let me just add that there are various ways. One, it can be biometrics. The student, there is fingerprint option to capture so that, yeah, there is a biometric device that you just put your fingers, and it measures it. That is one. Number two, there is also opportunity for you to upload the attendance to spreadsheet. So that is, you just configure it to spreadsheet, Excel, and then system will upload it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if we're still going to talk about it. There's a module called upload module. Everything you are doing in the system can be uploaded. The attendance, the marks, even data of the student, because you can't, especially marks, if you can't expect somebody to be going to the system and be capturing all the marks using hand one by one. They usually prepare it in Excel and then you just upload. So recently we'll talk more about it if the time permits. But essentially you can upload using it, put it in an Excel format or spreadsheet and upload to the system in a format that you are going to give it to you, that will share with you. Or you can also use biometric device. Most schools, they don't use the biometrics, maybe because of their financial capability, but it is available. All right.
Yeah, does that, I hope that answered your question.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and you can as well capture it directly to the system. So I've talked a little about the upload. I think that sheds more light on the upload.
Yes,
So
yes.
now let's quickly look at how you can just capture it manually in the system, which you come to the crown movement tracking transaction. You come to student attendance capture, click on grades, then select the student's admission number or the
You
name.
can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Whether we should close this Excel sheet or
You can see my screen now.
yes, sir.
So I said you can come to crown movement tracking transaction, come to student attendance capture. You click on create, the system brings you here. You select the students you want to capture the attendance for. That is for the manual. You select whether it's attendance to school, that's the attendance type, or attendance to subjects. Whichever one, you select the attendance time, that's the time the students came to school, you select it. Because it is manual entry, you leave it at manual entry. Now, if it is the attendance to subjects, then this subject code will be active. Like now it's inactive, but once you click attendance to subjects, it becomes active so that you can select the subjects you are capturing that attendance for. Now you fill in the dates of that attendance capture. You click on create, that entry is made in the system. So this is one way. Another way is using the biometric fingerprints, which already that information have been captured in the system before now. If you look at here, you will see biometric attendance record. So we must have gotten the biometric, captured their fingerprints. The system captures their fingerprint. Then anytime you go here, you put your fingerprint, the system will initiate that capture. Or you can download the Excel sheets, capture it on the Excel sheets, do your upload. Once you run the attendance updates, this is the auto update here. Once you run the attendance updates, you see here, send email to absentee employees, send email to absentee students. If this is yes, every person that is absent from the school gets a notification that he or she is absent from the school for that day. Does that answer your question, ma'am?
Yes, yes, it does.
Any other question? So that we can quickly move to the external.
Please move on.
Okay, thank you very much. So quickly, before I log off, it's only administrators and teachers that has access to this place. Student does not have access to this dashboard. Parents does not have access to this dashboard. Yeah,
Okay.
we are back on the welcome page of Crown System Solution. First, let's go to the CBT, Crown CBT. Now, for a student to have access to Crown CBT, an administrator must have provided a username and password, must have created that username and password in the Crown dashboard. So for this particular student, let's see. All right. Okay, that's an incorrect one. That's an incorrect one. So there is nothing. There's nothing like maneuvering. Yeah.
And just to interject, I can provide in an environment where Mr. Fola, you can have a look at it, or any of you guys there can have access to it online. You can, after this showing, you can you can have an access to it, so that on your own you can log on from your system and try it. I will create users and password for you that you can use.
Thanks.
All right.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. This is the how the Crown CBT or e-learning looks like. Now here you have the option of lesson notes, theoretical question, online assessment, and assessment review.
That's it. Eh?
Yeah. Now for the lesson note for this particular student, we have lesson note prepared for him in 2 subjects, which is grammar and mathematics. So we select the subjects. We click on the module. Now, this is the lesson notes prepared for this particular students. See, grammar sentences, how to write a complex sentence and all that. So the student can decide to print this information and have it, or he or she can decide to leave it in the system. Now, there is one thing very peculiar about this lesson notes and about the online assessment. Once it is created, the system triggers a notification to the students in that particular class, because it is created per class, that a lesson note has been prepared for them and is available for them on the Crown CBT. Or if it is an assessment, that an assessment has been created for them and is available for them to go and do on the Crown CBT. But the school chooses, yes, whether to click to check that box or not. So everything in the system is choice. So you choose what the system will do for you and what you don't want the system to do for you. So that is one of the lesson notes. This is grammar 2. Lesson date, this is the lesson date. This is the person that's prepared this lesson notes. So this is another lesson note for this person. And you can see from here, it's very, very easy to navigate. I want to go back to all subjects. So all I need to do is click on all subjects, then look for mathematics, which is this one. And I have lesson note for algebra. And this is algebra. So the student can decide to print. Can go back to mathematics. This is further example, another lesson note on algebra. So you can see, you can even put, what is it called? Graphics on the system. And it's not limited to only lesson notes. You can put your lesson videos. You can prepare your lesson videos, upload it to your YouTube channel or to your Facebook or Instagram, then provide a link on the system. So when the student comes to the lesson notes, they only need to click on that link, on that lesson note, on that video. Then the system will redirect them to your own YouTube channel, thereby directing traffic to your YouTube channel. So with that, you can make some money using that option. So let us see online assessments. So here you see active assessment and expired assessment. So all these assessment has been expired for this particular student, but this one is still active. So if you click on start exam, so this assessment, like I said before, is parameterized. Like these ones that I created, I did not set it in such a way that it will send SMS and email to the parents once the assessment is done. Because you can set it that way that once the assessment is done, the parents will be in their home and they will receive the result of the assessment instantaneously via email or via SMS, while the student sees how he or she did on that assessment on the screen. So let's do one. Let's click on start exam here. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes, yes.
You can see the exam, the question. I don't think you can see the question. Maybe I should just share the whole screen.
You can see.
You can see.
All right. It's a triangle with sides 3 cm, 4 cm, and right angle, 5 cm triangle, and all that. So this thing is timed. You see, 30 seconds. It is
Oh, it's
timed.
gone.
The first question, I've exhausted the time, so it skipped. So you can time per question. You can time the whole questions, or you can time per question. I don't know if you understand that.
Sure.
So I will just
Yes.
I will just select the answers randomly. So if I fail, please don't be too hard on me, because I didn't. So is it total paper marks here is 100. Total questions is 5. Employee code, the person that provided these questions,
Teacher.
this person, then the invigilator code, that's if they are going to use it as an exam. So I'm done with the question. I click on finish and submit. Do you want to submit the test for evaluation? Okay. I have done that. And
That's your result.
yeah, my result is supposed to appear. All right, let's go again.
Oh, this is question 7 now.
Yeah, it should be 5 questions. Okay, let's see that for 5. So this is how I did. Test dates, this is the dates. Today is actually 22. Yes, so this is the time. This is Nigerian time.
It's fine.
This is total question duration. I use 0.5 minutes to
20
answer.
seconds.
I'm very, very good. I'm very, very good.
You got 20.
It is well.
Okay. So this can be emailed also to the
Yes,
parent.
if I set it that way, the parents of this particular student will get that notification instantly via email and via SMS, while I can print it. So this one does not how to. Yes.
Okay. It's fine.
Yes. So when I set it that way and I captured your email against the students, you would have gotten it.
Okay.
You would have gotten it. So let's quickly see. Okay, before we see another students, you can review this particular assessment, yes, to see how you did the ones that's if they want to use it for hands-on or to test their IQ. So exam attempts, I've attempted 3. So this is the last one I just did, which I scored 20. I can view the answer sheet straight from here. So this is the answer sheets. Question 1, I got it correctly, so I scored 20. Question 2, the correct answer was A. I didn't get it, so I scored 0. Question 3, the correct answer was B. I didn't get it, so I scored 0 there. Then question 4, I didn't get. Question 5, I did not get 6, and all that. So that is how I did. You can print these answer sheets if you so wish.
For revision.
Yes, if you so wish. So there is no theory question for this particular student. So let's quickly go to the one that has a theory question. Let us see how the theory question looks like. Now we have theory question for biology for this particular student. So this is the theory question. Now, the theory question, you can't do it in the system for now. You can only look at the question and answer it on your paper sheet, then go and submit. Or you can print it, then answer inside the question paper, you go and submit. So this is a theory question that is prepared for these students. So I want to round off this ground e-learning. I don't know if you have any question so far.
Not really, we're good.
Yeah, I think the point is that the system has the functionality to do an online exam, online reading, online study, and all of that. So yeah, so that's if there are any variation when we come across any client, we can always work on it to meet their needs.
Okay.
But for now, this is how it works with the schools that are using it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. That's it.
So you see, this is a pictorial representation of the atlas. So you see, you can capture whatever you want to capture on the lesson notes, and the system can take it. All right, so that's for the Crown CBT. Now we have the Crown e-portal, which is for the parents. Crown e-portal. So for the parent to log in to the Crown e-portal, the parent needs to have a login ID, then know the admission number of his child or his children in the school. You need to just, with that one login ID, if he has 5 students in the school, he can access all of them using one credentials. All he or she needs to is to have one login ID, pick an admission number of one of the students, pick the date of birth of that particular student and the current class of that particular student's login. Then he or she will view the information regarding their children. Yes. So, like I said before, this particular parent has 3 children or 3 students in the school. This is the first student, this is the second student, this is the third one. So he can decide to view the information concerning this particular one. It appears for him or her. He can decide to do for this one. It appears for him or her. Now, I said something when I was treating billing. I said that information, the parents can get it when he or she logs into the e-portal. So all the person needs to do is just come to the billing information. You click on billing inquiry, and that will pop up for him or her, and every details will be there displayed for him or her, as the case may be. Now, this is the attendance details of this particular students. This is the basic details. Now you have the academic performance. This is the e-portal. Parents has access to this place. This is the e-portal. So this is the academic performance of that student represented pictorially here or graphically, anyhow you term it. Now this is the student timetable, Mondays to Fridays. Any of them you click on, you can see what the student has to offer for that day. Now you have the student details here. Everything is here. The class details, any of them that you click, the system brings out that details for you. So if there's a mistake in any of them, you can quickly contact the school and the school will correct that. Parent details, previous school details. Now you have the notice board whereby you disseminate informations to the parents at home. So this one is one of those notices that were prepared in the system. Then you have the teacher's lead board here, like the best teacher or the most punctual teacher. You have it here. So the parents has those information. Now the school, now the school contact details too is here. When you click on the class tutor, this is the information. This is the class tutor for that particular student. This is his or her class tutor. This is email address, this is phone number. So you can pick the information here and contact the teacher directly. Now, the school authorities, the information is here too. You can know who is the proprietor, who is the principal, vice principal, school register, and all that here. Now, the school register addresses, you can know all those information. The postal addresses too, and the school dates, like the current year, current session start date, current session end date, current term begin date, current term end date, and next term begin date. Those informations are here, or those information rather, they are here for those for the parents to have access to. Now here you have the academic performance of that particular student elaborated. First term is here, second term is here. And if for the third term is captured for him or her, that information.
Sorry, Mr. Fola.
Yes, sir.
I'm going for a meeting now, please, in the next 2 minutes. So I won't, while I'm there, I won't be able to join you in discussion. But if you finish before I can finish my own meeting, then I will connect with you back. Then we can talk. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, I will definitely connect with you back as soon as I finish my meeting. That is, if the meeting was, if you're able to finish yours before my own, you can ask him any question you want to ask him. If any area that is still outstanding, or you want to take up with me, or for any reason, when I finish, I'll call you. Then we can talk, please.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. We are actually rounding up. So the parents can download the academic report from here.
Yeah. Ó ti pẹ́ tí mo ti kọ́ṣẹ́ yẹn, bóyá 2015 or 20 years tó jẹ́ láìpẹ́ ẹ̀rọ ọ̀ṣọ́rọ̀. Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back, sir.
It's not me saying it. I'm just leaving him. I have a meeting at 3:30 also.
Oh, about right now. Okay, it's 2:30 here by my time. Are we still there? Are we still here?
Now.
Are we still here?
Sorry, we lost you, or you lost us, but we are back now.
Okay, there was a loss.
One of yours. Okay, now we're just trying to think because of I thought it was going to be just 1 hour actually.
I'm rounding up.
Okay.
Yes. So quickly, let me just round up. So the download, you can download the academic report card, the same thing we downloaded before. You can download it from here as a parent. So all you need to do is click on download, select the time, select the year, click on download. Then that is delivered into your system. So you can do whatever you want to do with the report later. So that is for the e-portal. So finally, but not the least, we have the online fee payments. So like I said, we have the PayPal Paystack integrated in the system already. So it depends on the online gateway that the school operates with. So we can integrate that in the system for them. So for the Paystack, for a parent to make payments, he or she needs the admission number of his or her child that he needs to make that payment for, and the B reference number, which will be provided by the school for him or her. All right, so once that is inputted into the system, you click on find. The system will provide that information. You have the outstanding bills, the account balance here, and all this information. So let's try to capture something. And bill paid. Once that is done, you click on pay bill. The system will redirect you to Paystack. To Paystack, now we have options here. If it is bank authentication, card authentication, or you want to use USSD. This is card. You want to make that payment to your card. You want to just pay directly to bank or the banking codes. So any of them. So let's see success. That's using your Visa card. And let's pay payment successful. So you are supposed to get an SMS. You are supposed to get an email address but because your phone cannot receive the SMS because of the country you are, you get an email for that notification. So let's go and check if that student actually, if the system actually populates that payment that was made. So while I'm doing that, that thing you saw on the outside, that's the external use, the online fee payments, the Crown e-portal and the Crown CBT. That is now on the mobile. We're on the final stage of mobile testing. So once we are done, we will release it to the market. So you see, we have 150,000 actually that was paid, and that is online payment. And this is the date, 22 of September, 2022. So you see, anyhow you make the payment, the system will record that payments. All right, so I think with that, I'm ready to take your questions because we have come to the end of this presentation.
In the system is good.
Okay, can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, Mr. Vincent, thank you so much for your presentation.
You're welcome, sir.
One of the things I noticed is the internal facility must be good. I know there are things that can be done offline, it's okay. Then I've also noticed that if the data is captured properly, there's a lot that can actually come out of the system, which is really something really credible. Okay, we have seen it. We'll go back to the scoreboard. Mr. Defey had said he will create an environment where we can, on a personal note, again look at the system so that we can familiarize ourselves, and then probably you give us another 1 week, we can reschedule so that we can see how we take it from there. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's okay, sir. So you will take it up with Mr. Williams.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you. We appreciate, and you will tell us some of the formula in Nigeria so that we can use the same formula here too.
There's no
And share
problem,
the
sir.
same success story.
There's no problem, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
But the system is, we appreciate the system. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. All right.
All
Bye,
right.
sir.
We'll connect
See-
with him. Bye for now. Thanks.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
Bye, sir. Yeah, you can go off.
Okay.